I want to start with the Moderna trial for kids. And I think a lot of parents have been asking this question, how soon before my kid can get vaccinated? Walk us through what you know about this Moderna study and, more importantly, what it is they're going to be looking for to approve the vaccine.
Yeah, so what Moderna is doing, and all the manufacturers, in fact, will do, is march the age group down, ensuring safety before they do the next lower age group. So Moderna is starting with 12 to 17-year-olds. They're already approved for 18 and older. Once they do that, they'll march down to the next lower group, all the way to 6 months old.
How does a trial differ for adults when getting a vaccine ready for market, opposed to what we're seeing happening with kids?
In this case, since this is a vaccine where adults are more at risk, you saw very large clinical trials, 30,000, 40,000 people, because they're looking for safety and efficacy. In children, they won't do efficacy trials. You couldn't do enough children. You'd instead look at safety and then what's called immunobridging. Did the children develop an antibody response similar to what adults develop?
Are there any added concerns with the really young age group? You're talking 6 months old, since you don't know a lot about an early young child's immune system and how they'll respond to a vaccine?
Oh, we actually know quite a bit about that in children. Remember that we start the immunization series in kids at birth with hepatitis B, and then 2 months we start their regular series. So we have a very good understanding, always want to know more, of course, but a very good understanding of vaccine immunology. The question, I don't think, is going to be safety. I think the question parents will have to answer is the benefit-risk ratio such that they would immunize whatever age child they were? Certainly, as they're going to school age, that's a different story. But you look at across the nation, we've had about 3.2 million children get COVID infected. It's probably been much more than that. Those are the ones we know about. And about 250 children have died of COVID.
Well, I guess medically speaking, we make our best decision for our kids, but I usually ask my pediatrician and doctor what I should do, especially with young kids. So what would be your advice?
You know, I'd say do talk with your healthcare provider, because it does depend. Is this a child who's immunocompromised in any way, or who's at high risk, perhaps because of diabetes or cancer? So I would make a very individualized recommendation based on knowing that child and family.
Doctor, I do want to talk to you about AstraZeneca and these reports of a growing number of countries now basically putting the vaccine distribution on hold with concerns about these blood clots. Based on what you're hearing, what is your message to folks? Of course, this is still just in Europe right now.
Yeah, just to clarify so we don't confuse anything, this question is limited to concern about blood clots with the AstraZeneca vaccine, a vaccine which has not yet been authorized to be used in the U.S. The concern has been blood clots in the legs and blood clots in the lungs. The data to date do not show an increased rate compared to what you would expect in the background rate. A separate question is, what about low platelet counts? And what about a special kind of clot in the brain called a cerebral venous thrombosis? There's a safety signal that's being assessed. We don't know yet, but it looks like the rate of that may not be any bigger than the background rate we would expect to see in people who have not been immunized.
And final question, doctor, with just a couple seconds left, will what we're learning and basically the AstraZeneca vaccine being put on hold in Europe impact its authorization here in the U.S.? Because I do know the company is looking for that here in America.
Yeah, you're right. I believe they're going to come forward in the April timeframe. And absolutely, whatever is learned in other countries will play a role in how that vaccine is assessed here in the U.S.
Great information, Dr. Gregory Poland from the Mayo Clinic. We appreciate your time tonight on NewsNation. Thank you.
Thank you.